Hey City fam, how are you guys tonight? It is Sunday night and I'm actually sitting here playing my ukulele. I'm gonna see if I can look at, let me see if I can watch this from my computer so I can see you guys comment. Hey Maddie, how are you? How's your night? I was just telling my boys about your donut shop down the street. So fun. Hey Cami. All right, you guys. So I've actually been sitting here trying to name my ukulele. I have been trying to name my ukulele since, hey Vicky, since actually I got it. So we were, I guess I got it New Year's, and then we left to go to the UK, and I was trying the whole time we were traveling to just figure out a name, like what would I call it? Just couldn't land anywhere. Rob had mentioned maybe Lucille. I was just like, I don't know. I tried coming up with all kinds of different names, actually. Did I lose you guys? Are you there? It keeps saying that it's trying to reconnect. Oh, so maybe you're still there. So anyway, I was trying to name this. I know, I love the name of your violin, Edgar Allan Poe. That's so good. Mine's not quite that creative, but I just want you to know I finally landed on a name for her tonight. I actually decided that I'm gonna name her Ruby. I want to name her Ruby, and I don't even know why. So I looked up the name. And I was like, what does Ruby even mean? And it means to love. And actually, I decided I'm going to name her Ruby Lucille because that was the name that Rob had thought would be good. And I was like, I didn't really like it, but it actually means light. And so I thought to love light. That's so good. It's so fitting. Hey Jess, and it actually got me to think about nicknames. And so I started thinking today, how many nicknames have I even had? What are they? How do we get those? So what about y'all? Do y'all have nicknames? Do you guys have a nickname? Your aunt's name is Ruby. Did you know that the name Ruby actually means to love? Did you know that? Because I was just looking it up because sometimes I can just be an overthinker, and so I overthink everything. But I love it. To love light, Ruby Lucille, it's just perfect. But I want to hear your nicknames. Do you guys have any? I'll play for a minute and let you guys put them in the comments. Maddie, why do they call you June? Right, Ruby Lucille. She's so cute, isn't she? Anyway, actually, she's pretty tough. Just saying. She's traveled all over the world. Vicster, so cute. Maddie, your middle name is June. So adorable. I just love all these name things. So it just got me thinking to what are my nicknames? So my very first nickname, of course, was from my dad. He called me Glowworm. I don't even know how long he called me that. I don't know when he stopped calling me that. Jess, Jessie, and Grace. I know, right? So cute. Camster, Wonder Woman. I love that. So is that one that you chose? Because that's interesting. It gets me thinking about how we get all of these different nicknames. So my first one was just my dad. Called me Glowworm, probably from when I was a little bitty kid. Andrea, you're Annie Jean. So cute. I got to hear more about that. I was thinking more like Annie Oakley. And then whenever I went to elementary school, they called me Shrimp. I was actually 2 years behind in school. And these, I thought I would share with you guys, were some of my best friends growing up. You see this? This is a picture of me in elementary school. So this right here is Susie. Susie and I are still friends, actually. And she's in City Fam Houston. And then this is Lisa right here. And then this is me down here. And I was just always the shortest, always the littlest. And so that's just what they called me. They called me Shrimp. Now I outgrew that. I'm no longer, well, I'm still the shortest, but you know. So that's how I got that nickname. And now nobody calls me that because it just doesn't fit. And then in high school, I earned the name Malibu. And you would think that that would be like this really great, like Malibu Barbie kind of cute. No, it wasn't about that. It was, they called me Malibu because I drove this like 1975 Chevy Malibu that was just humiliating. It was not that cute. So people made fun of me. So sometimes we get nicknames because people are trying to like make fun of us, like Shrimp or Malibu. Other times it's like a term of endearment, like with my dad. Then I have nieces and nephews. They call me Aunt Coey, for Nicole. And then I have my sons. My sons actually don't call me Mom. They call me Sue. So that's an interesting story. I will tell you guys more about that maybe. And then I have this terrible nickname story, which I don't know if I'm actually going to share with you guys because I'm just not sure I'm ready to talk about it. But if I decide to, I'll do it at the end. And then it got me thinking, like, there's some people who have their nicknames like their whole life. Like, I went to school with this kid, and Scooter, like, I'm pretty sure he signed his papers on, like, his homework and everything.
It's me.
Come in. You guys get to meet my mom. Hey, Mom, come here. I'm on a video. Come say hi.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to City Fan.
Oh.
I'm actually talking about nicknames. Hey, guys, this is my mom. You have
Hi.
to get down here so they can see you.
Here. Hi.
Hi. All right, so I'm actually telling them about nicknames and like how you get nicknames and what, just kind of some cute nickname stories. I may even tell them a terrible nickname story. So hang in here and listen. I'm so glad you guys get to all meet my mom. How fun. So anyway, there was this kid. Do you remember Scooter when we were growing up?
Yeah, Scooter Cantrell.
Okay, Scooter Cantrell. That was his name. So I was just telling them.
That really wasn't his name. I don't even know his real name.
Well, that's exactly what I was just going to tell them, is that, like, so talking about nicknames, so here's this kid named Scooter. My mom even remembers his last name.
Oh, yeah.
So nobody knows.
He's a sheriff or some kind of thing like that.
He is?
Yeah.
Does he go by, like, Sheriff Scooter?
No, he's also something in the, he's on the neighborhood board too, I think.
Oh my gosh. So here's the deal. This kid named Scooter, he signed his papers in school, Scooter. Like, nobody knows what his real name is. Even today, like, even my mom is sitting here saying she doesn't know what his real name is. Everyone, like, his
would be
nickname.
the only one who would know.
Matt probably would
Yeah,
know.
he would
So
know.
that was my brother. So my brother had a nickname too. My mom, you can talk about this.
What?
So sometimes my brother was just straight grumpy when he was a little kid.
What was his nickname?
You would call him Grandpa.
I did not.
Or people did. Who called him
Somebody
that?
else did. I didn't.
Do you remember that?
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
I remember them like calling him
I
Grandpa.
don't.
He would just get a little bit cranky, or he'd want his way or whatever it is, and they'd be like, okay, Grandpa.
A lot.
And I just remember that being really funny, like as a little kid, thinking they just called him Grandpa. So it was just like one of those things. But in general, the truth is that actually men give each other nicknames more than girls do. And it's usually because men can show a sign of affection and still be masculine. They can still be real manly and give a nickname. If you think about it, it really is true. Like, think about things like sports and like mobsters and like, so the king, you guys probably know the king is LeBron James, right? So he's got a nickname. I mean, I don't know, I just think it's a guy thing. Like, they just make up these names. Or like rappers make up their own nicknames. They just say like, hey, this is what you're gonna call me. Like LL Cool J. Do you guys even know what LL Cool J is? It actually stands for Ladies That Love Cool James. Yeah.
Is it really?
For real. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, he's a decent actor. I love watching him on
My mom,
CSI.
my mom watches him on CSI.
Yeah,
I love
he's
it.
great.
Dawn, they call you Dawsome. That is cute. My boys have this shirt that has Jaws on it, and it says Jawsome. It just made me think of that. But like mobsters, like we have Al Capone, who's Scarface. We have like Benny Siegel, who's Bugsy. My dog is Bugsy. And he's gangster. I'll just tell you that. He's a straight gangster. And then like movie stars, Like, you know how in Grey's Anatomy we talk about McDreamy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And McSteamy.
And
McDreamy and McSteamy.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
So, like, there's all of these nicknames that we have for all these different people, and I just think it's really neat. So, you guys are telling me your names. So, Dawn, tell me, how did you get that name? How did you even get Dawsome? Let me see if I can see the rest of these. June, Maddie, we know how you got yours. Some of them are obvious. Like, we know Cammie is Wonder Woman, you know. I mean, come on. But the ones that are not, like, how do you guys get them? Tell us how you get them. Like, for example, for me, my boys call me Sue, which makes absolutely no sense. Because there are names that actually have nicknames. For example, my name's Nicole, and a very logical nickname for Nicole would be Nikki, which I do not go by Nikki.
No.
Nobody calls me Nikki. No, my mom said it's so much easier to be on video.
Name because nobody could pronounce your first name.
Right. So
And
she's.
they wanted to call you Jenny, and I was like, no.
Can you guys hear my mom talking? Can y'all hear? Do I need to get her to come over here? You should just come sit by me and talk. So she's actually talking about how my first name is Genevieve, and starting out I went by Genevieve, but then nobody could say it. It was a difficult name, especially for like friends. So I ended up going by my middle name, which is Nicole. And my boys do not call me Nicole. Again, like a logical name would be Nikki, and it's not. It is, their nickname for me is Sue. And it's kind of a long story. Car seats, and they were just growing up video, and it was the Rihanna remix for Mama Say. So it was like Mama Say, Mama Sava, Ma Pupa, and they were in the car, and they were all in the back seat, and they had heard it right before they walked. They actually thought that this song was like all about me, Mama, right? And so there are these little ducklings, so these little kids in like car seats, and they're coming in. They're just like trying to somehow associate this. So it got shortened. It went from Mama Susu to then Mama Sue. Hey, you guys go on. Y'all go on so I can finish this.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I ever knew the real reason they called you Sue.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
So yeah. So it was the song that they would sing, this Mama Susu song, and then going from that to Mama Susu, and then just to Susu, and now it's just Sue. And at first it was just like really, really annoying. Like they would come in the house and I'd be like, stop, don't call me that. I don't want to be called that. And they would just do it just straight to annoy me. Because they're little, like they're little bitty kids, right? And so then as they got high school, well actually, it was probably about like elementary. There's just so much to that story, you guys. Like, there's so much I could tell you. Like, there was a day we were standing in Target, and Reagan, my middle son, he wanted whatever it is that he wanted in Target, and I was refusing to get it for him. And he came up to the line, he was like, Sue, you're so mean. And I had this lady who was a couple like people behind me, and she said, long story. And I love it. I think it's very, very sweet. They'll even text me like, hey Sue, can you grab this for me? And I love that. I think it's really kind of, it's like nicknames that go from like terrible to endearing. I think that's kind of cute. So, and then there's Bible names, right? Like in the Bible, people's names actually change according to like something that's going on. Like Saul's name turned to Paul, and Sarah's name turned to Sarah. And there's like something significant. There's like a life change, pivotal moment that happens when that name changes. Okay, so I'm gonna look at somebody else. I'm gonna find out what's going on here. Calls you small fry, Vicky. So cute. My youngest calls me Mal. So Dawn, okay, so let's see. Darn Kathleen she was her child nickname. So Darn Kathleen. Neighbors said that you would get mad. Two Shorts was that another nickname? Chorizo and Shorty was my nickname. Aww. CC. That's really cute. CC. Juby. Oh, that's so cute. Of course. I like this. Just like makes me get to know you guys a little better. And that's really my thinking today, is that, you know, sometimes nicknames are just instant. Like all of a sudden, you know what somebody's going to be called, to like figure out like, who am I? Or, you know, how do I become endearing to this person, or what's the name that is like best fitting to them? And I just think that like it's a way for us all to be like a little affectionate, playful, silly, like have a nickname for each other. And I would love for City Fam to be like that, like the kind of friends that either, you know, you instantly feel like there's this connection with people. I have felt that way in City Fam. So I would just say, like, start thinking about your friendships and the way that you know, have these names for people and how important they mean to you. Like I'm just thinking about them today because I'm naming Ruby, but you know, I just love them, and I love knowing y'all's too. Like I want to know what people call you. I think there's just something about it. It's like it takes you to another depth of a relationship when you have a nickname. So, anyway, it was good talking to you guys tonight. I hope y'all have a great week, and I'll see you next weekend. I'm glad y'all got to meet my mom.